Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bridget, I see you. James, how are you? Where was James from? Which African country? James, how is Zambia? Thanks for joining. Okay.
Please confirm that you can hear us loud and clear and that you can also see us.
So, someone sent in a question and said, since Sundays are for relationships, that she would like us to tell all of you how we knew we were meant for each other. Hey, gang, gang. That question is taking me back to years.
It don't happen.
It's taking me back to 19 Kiribim, back those days when Pastor O was in love. Yes, now when you were in love.
And now?
I don't know. Was it not you that said that when somebody will finish campaigning and win an election, that the person doesn't continue again? Was it not you?
I said the person will stop campaigning.
It's the same thing now. Would the person still be in love?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Now that you're telling me.
Hey, Feta, how are you? Anita. Oh, Comfort Bella, you are there.
Comfort, good to see you. Ferdinand is waiting that this is a very interesting topic.
Every time he's supporting her. He's like saying that she remembers that very statement.
God bless you.
Campaign after winning election.
Okay, now. So me, I didn't know that after winning election, you still be in love.
Okay, James says Zambia is fine.
All right.
Yes.
They can hear us.
They can hear us. Good.
Okay, I see Anita. Anita, how are you? Okay, so we'll not take so much time. Someone asked that question and it actually got me thinking that yes, so
to go back to memory.
Hey, let me even process it. What was it about Pastor O that I liked? But to be honest, when Pastor O started coming, I don't think I liked him. He didn't come in any, silver or gold wrapping. That kind of a thing. Yes, he was just raw gold. That kind of thing. And looking at Pastor O that time, okay, let me even...
Linda, how are you?
Don't distract me. Don't distract. Yes. No, I want to. Yes, I will tell them.
Okay.
I'll tell them because that time, we were working we worked in the same office before he left to another bank. While we were working in the same bank, nothing, he was high up there and me now, torturing me. I'll just greet him and I'll pass. He was a big boss. Okay. And then he used to call me MRN, Then he'll just say, I'll just greet him. He'll just go, oh, MRN, how are you? That was when we were working in the same bank. Nothing beyond greeting. And I also remember that there was one lady that was complaining one time, in fact, and then another person joined her, and another person joined her, and they were saying that, this Oga, that no matter how you yab him, money for lunch will not drop. So I remember picking that. So when eventually, after many years, one thing led to another, I still had it at the back of my mind that, this man that they said does not buy people lunch, that lunch money doesn't drop. It was when I got close enough that I understood why. Pastor O is firm. He's not a He's not an anyhow kind of person. He's too organized for you to just walk up to him and expect lunch money to drop. And I'll explain it. Pastor O is that kind of person that plans every couple. You know that kind of organization now? That maybe when they pay you, you know that your money is 10 kobo. You know, 1 kobo is going to this, 2 kobo to this, 3 to this. That's how detailed Pastor O is. But I only found that out when I got involved. Okay? So let me stop there for now. I don't know if Pastor O has something to say. How did you know I was the one?
Which thing? What do I have to say? When you don't open my door. And Priscilla will be there supporting her. Okay.
Pastor O, wait.
I need to actually say one thing. Say one of the reasons you love this page so much is that we recognize people when they come online.
That's nice. So
thanks so much, Anita.
See, Ferdinand is laughing.
He's laughing.
That he's looking at you to see the stingy person.
Stingy person,
But wait, so Ferdinand.
Support me now, Ferdinand. You are looking for stingy person.
Ferdinand, do you know that when I got close to him, in reality, I found out that he was the opposite of that impression. That's why we shouldn't actually go by other people's, opinions and all that. Because when I came close, I understood why. In fact, those days, he would buy things for me and buy things for me. I'll be the one complaining. All right? But wait first. Hold. Pastor O, how did you know I was the one?
Going back to memory lane. Okay, well, first and foremost, they say I dey chop first before mouth chop. So when I saw her, initially just colleague in the office, you pass her way, I will pass my own way. And then, her steps, the way she walked, then, picking her steps.
You did look big.
2.
You can't look. Wait, you can't look big. No be walk, you go the office to go walk.
They look walk. Person when they walk, they chop now. They say person when they even blow food, they swallow saliva.
Oh my God.
From there, I picked interest, and next thing too was trying to find out who she was. Was she of the same faith, a Christian? Does she love God? And yes, I found out that she loved God so much. Sometimes I may just ask her, "Oh, how was service yesterday?" Assuming it was a Monday. And if waiting to hear what she will say, okay, maybe she didn't go, or it was fine. All the time she will tell me, "Oh, it was fine. This happened." And during midweek services too. So that got me thinking, okay, that yes, I got what I wanted. She's a Christian. Quite interesting. So because that's actually one of the principal things, because I have to know that, or I got to know that two cannot work together except they agree. So I cannot be talking this way and she's talking that way. So,
okay.
And of course, I said that I go chop first before mouth chop. She also looked beautiful.
Looked. Past tense. What about now?
We are not talking about now. I'm talking about then.
Okay. So what about now?
It's my money.
Hey.
So my money brought out the beauty more too. So let me even see. I'm sure Priscilla would have made a comment. You see, person when they walk, they look cool.
Okay. How did you know she was going to say something? Anyway, so in addition to what he said about loving God and all that, because I also found out that he loved God, I would ask him 1 or 2 questions sometimes, and I'll observe that because he didn't want to lie, he would keep quiet. So every time Pastor O kept quiet, then he wasn't a pastor yet anyway, but he eventually became, because it was one of the things I asked God for. So Then if he didn't want to lie, he would just keep quiet. And immediately he would keep quiet, I'll know, oh, okay. And then I'll be asking him, I'll say, you're not saying anything. Must I talk? do I need to say anything? Then I'll just put two and two together, I'll say, okay, because he didn't want to tell me a lie. And I'll be grateful for that. And then he never joked with church service, he never joked with midweek, and other functions in church. Sometimes I will actually complain, like, all those programs that they'll probably put, maybe, oh, you have to fast for 2 weeks and you'll be coming to church every day. Sometimes I'll just complain, why don't we skip today and go tomorrow? And he will insist. And I said, okay, this one is really serious. Then I noticed that Pastor O was quite compassionate. He was so compassionate that he cared about everyone. He cared about everyone, up to my dogs. He cared about my mom, my siblings. He would spend hours talking with my mom on the phone. In fact, he'll even be the one asking me, when last did you talk with this brother of yours? When last did you talk with your sister? And then he'll dial them on his phone and hand over the phone to me. And that really, really, really got to me.
In other words, I'm a family person.
You've always been. Even
you should loud it now.
No, they've heard it. They've heard it. Do you know that even my driver, for instance, will take us to a function. Sometimes his driver will drive, sometimes mine will drive. The driver will take us, any driver that took us for any function, and sometimes we just go in our individual cars. Before Pastor O would eat, he would ensure that the drivers were served. He didn't know that I was noticing all those things, but I did though. I noticed. And then his own siblings, the way he related with them and all that, he was really a big brother. He happens to be the first in his family. So every other person, they call him Odogu, they call him Obuefi, they all look up to him and all that. And then he wouldn't say, because he's the eldest or all that, then he'll now look down on any of them. He'll sit down, discuss with them, ask them their issues, call them on phone, the way he'll be sounding. I said, okay, this guy is a good guy. So,
Wow. Okay.
Don't feel too cool.
I'm feeling now.
For what now?
You know what it means. Anyway, how did I know she was the one under good quality of her? She was she is very, very respectful. Then she was very, very respectful. Now she's still very, very respectful. There are sometimes I may just maybe through a dummy. For instance, maybe there's something she's so passionate about, something that she wants to do, and I may just say maybe she wants to go make her hair on a Saturday because she had a function or something on a Sunday. I may just send a dummy and say, okay, why would you want to do your hair on that Saturday? Why don't you shift it to another day? And she may just go, that may be very difficult because you said so. Okay, and she will just shift it. Then I will now come back and say, okay, don't worry. You can just go make your hair. In fact, I will come and pick you and take you to where you will make your hair. Just something like that. Not once, not twice. Very, very respectful. So there are some things I may just tell her to do. I will just know in my mind that it's so difficult. Then she will just obey. And I just felt so happy. And I said, oh yes, this is the kind of person I want.
Okay. It's not that I'm hearing that. This is really interesting. Okay, Pastor O, I like the fact that every time you were always going, we, us.
Yes.
Pastor O will call me on a Thursday and ask me, what are we doing over the weekend? I wasn't used to that too. And then it really got to me because I said, this guy that is always going with us, it made me feel good that I was part of his plan, that he was even thinking about me. And Pastor O excitedly always showed me off to his family and to his friends. He didn't hide me. It wasn't like, oh no, maybe we're having a relationship, maybe later. From day one, I started knowing all his friends, every member of his family, and that was good because I knew that the acceptance was there from the onset.
And another thing, she was always giving. It's in her nature to just give. Whether my relations, friends, she may just see somebody that she did not even know before. And the person will just want something. Somebody may just say, oh, I like this you are hearing. Sometimes you just remove it and give out. And I was shocked. One of my birthdays, the very next birthday of mine, I didn't know. I was in the office doing my job, and next, I just noticed some people, my secretary will just not allow me to go out of my office. Anything I want, he will go and get it. Anything I want, he will go and get it. Then some other supervisors will come to my office just to ensure that they engage me in my own office. So I did not know that she was planning a surprise birthday. In my very before, in my office, so I didn't know. She invited some top Nollywood actors, some influencers. My MD was aware. In fact, it's a very bad thing the way everyone around you knew that they were planning coup against you and you didn't know.
How I did that thing, thinking about it now, how I did it. Do you know that if I was with him and he'll drop his phone to go ease himself, or maybe he'll be talking with someone, I'll take the phone and start checking his bank staff that I didn't even know. I'll just be copying out numbers, and then I'll be telling them, I'll ask them who his friends were that I didn't know. So I got people to invite people and invite people, and then I called the caterer that will cook native dishes. Then I called the caterer that will make Chinese. Then I called the caterer for small chops. I called the caterer for cocktail drinks. And everything was just on point. Then I got a decorator to design the hall. I actually went to his office and discussed with the admin. So
my secretary there.
Yeah, and his secretary, and they gave me a hall that was decorated. And in fact, everything was just top notch. His birthday
my
cake. His birthday cake was like a wedding cake. And then we planned everything. So when all the guests were around, someone now, what's that your friend? Fidelis. His friend now went to go and call him that he should come and see.
Come and see you. Now
he just got up.
Follow Fidelis. So now you just took me to one. Fidelis, where are you taking me to now? Where are we going? He just come want to show me something. He pretended as if there was something wrong, or there was
that needed to be addressed.
Something that happened, the operational issue that needed to be addressed. So media, Wow.
In fact,
that something needed to be addressed.
Yes.
So
you now got up.
I got up.
When you got to the hall, when he actually got to the hall, everybody just shouted, "Happy birthday!" He nearly passed out. The man stopped beating.
Some directors.
He was shocked.
So many people were there.
I had an instrumentalist.
And when they entered the floor, none of them came to my office to say happy birthday.
So in fact, his mind was not even going to birthday because I'm sure he had even forgotten that it was his birthday. There was an instrumentalist, Dubim of what's those people's names? I've even forgotten. These people that did this competition, singing competition.
Okay.
Yes, I'll try and remember. So he was there. So many people. In fact, it was like a mini carnival.
this Nollywood actor,
Sento B, all of them were there. Oh,
you
so
know,
many people.
so many people. So the thing, I was shocked. I was, hey, you know, it was fun. I really loved it. So she's that kind of person, always giving. You know, gives
This is,
freely, gives
I heard the
willingly.
Pulse, those group that sang that time, they were there, the Pulse, yes, the game. So he came with his instruments and everything, and it was such a beautiful gathering. But I was fulfilled. Now, even when I did that, I wasn't doing it because I knew of a certainty that the relationship was going to get to the point it got to. It was because I just knew that I was dealing with a good person. And naturally, me that I know, you know, I do that much for people that are close to me. You know, people that are close to me, even till tomorrow, I like to surprise our children. I like to surprise our relatives and so on and so forth. So it was his turn to be surprised. And I did it well. Remembering it now makes me feel so good.
It was fun. Surprising too.
Anyway.
And another thing, another quality of her that I admire so much, she's outspoken. You know, she talks so well, and then of the quiet type. She's of the outspoken type. I won't say cho type. You know, she's the outspoken type. But the beauty of that is that if you offend her, she'll just say it out. You know, and once she has said it, it's gone. She may just shout, oh, she may scream and all that, and you may even be saying, hey, hey, you will be thinking the next moment she has forgotten. You know, she has forgotten and she'll just move on. She may even buy you gifts. You'll be wondering, this person that was just angry, very next, you know, angry. Now. This moment is even buying you gifts, you know, or saying something as if nothing happened. So she's that kind of person. In other words, she does not carry or harbor bitterness.
That's good. I was actually comfortable with Pastor O. You know, I was comfortable with him. Around him, I just felt safe. That's the word. I felt safe because, you know, when you're relating with someone, you know, you look out for traces, different traces, and then when it's not, I don't know, media check.
Please check. It seems
Media check. I don't know if my okay, but basically, I think it's back.
Okay.
Please, if you can see us, put a 7 in the chat box.
You can still see us and hear us. There seems
there was a slight glitch that I don't understand.
Please just check if you can hear us and see us.
Let's have a 7 in the chat box.
Let's have a 7 in the chat box.
Okay, thank you, Priscilla.
Can you hear us? Because
okay,
please,
so
Comfortella, just let's know if you can hear us and see us. Type 7. If you can hear us and see us. Okay, James, thank you. And I hope you are enjoying the conversation.
So I was saying that I was really comfortable and safe with him. You know, when you're relating with someone and the person is consistent, there's no way you won't trust that person. You know, when you begin to doubt someone is when the person exhibits some red flags or inconsistencies. But with him, he was consistent. If he said he was going to come and pick me by 4, 5 minutes to 4, he was there. 10 minutes to 4, he was there. If for any reason he won't be there at 4, he would call me to tell me. In fact, I knew where he was at every point in time. Pastor O will call me, I'm about to get into a board meeting. Okay? And it's going to last like for 2 hours. If for any reason it's going to last more than that, I'll call you. He'll usually excuse himself, get into the gents, and then call me and say, this meeting is lasting longer than the time speculated and all that and all that. So, when you know where somebody is at every point in time, you feel good, you feel safe. So I think he was quite accountable and I trusted him.
Okay, she was also very, very supportive, quite supportive. Because sometimes I may just come back from work, I'm so tired. She will call me to ask, oh, how was the day? Or how, maybe sometimes if I'm busy in the office, she may just ask, is there something, that she will help me? Is there something that I'm doing that probably I may just want to pass on to her, or that she could just come over and assist? How the day went, what happened, sometimes I will just tell her everything. She will say, oh, okay, yes, you handled it well, or okay, you probably could have handled this one the other way, and stuff like that. So very, very supportive. She wants to know how I was feeling, what we can do better, or how best to handle some situations. So that support was always there.
Interestingly, we didn't even know. We later found out that we lived in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
My house was about, without traffic, maybe like 20 or 25 minutes away from his house. We didn't know initially, but when we found out, it was nice because we worked out an arrangement so that we could spend more time with each other. So in the morning, when his driver will be taking him to work, they'll just pass by and pick me, so I don't have to drive in traffic. And that was really very nice. And then when we're coming back from the office, they'll drop me off before going to his place. I enjoyed those days, though. We would gist. After gisting for all that length of time in traffic, he will drop me and go home. Immediately after taking his shower, he'll be calling on the phone again. They will be on the phone, we talk. What did we even used to talk about?
Why?
No, because now that we're married, we don't talk as much. Do you know that in the night we would talk, and then they used to, the networks used to have all these bumper packages for talking free at night. Do you know we would talk until like 4 a.m., 4:30? People that will still wake up and get ready for work like 6:30. Oh my God. We will talk. What we used to discuss, I don't know. But it was never enough. Do you know that sometimes he'll just beg me, I'm actually feeling sleepy. Let me sleep for 1 hour, I'll call you when I wake up. He'll now sleep, maybe catch a nap between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. or 3:30. Then he'll come, we continue. Hey, those days were something else. In fact, I think that was a pointer to the fact that we were actually meant for each other, or that we could really cohabit. Because at a point, it was like we just couldn't get enough of all the connections and the gisting and everything. It just wasn't enough. And I don't know if you remembered something else.
Okay, no, I just remember. I just remembered one. I said it before. Very, very supportive. Asking what she could help me do, especially maybe if the pressure, work pressure is so much. But I remember there was one project. There was one project that she was giving in her place of work, and it was when I asked her about her day, and she told me, oh, there was one particular job that she was giving. She doesn't even know how to approach it because so wide. Something that consultant was supposed
that
to do.
Job, the job that your boss will give you. Then you will ask your boss, please, how do I go about it? She'll say, I don't know. I don't know, but when you come up with the idea and come to share it with me, I'll probably know. Hey, I do not know what to do. I had to tell him about it. And this pastor is very intelligent, oh. This pastor, oh.
So I took the job and looked at it. I said, this job is very, very wide. And actually very wide. And the supervisor was actually right. She didn't, of course, I knew that the supervisor would.
She said she didn't know what it was about, but she wanted me to come up with an idea.
Anyway, we got thinking and we actually did it. And it was quite good. It turned out very well. And the supervisor had to take it to the board. And then,
now that you're talking about it, Pastor I was in awe of his intelligence. I knew he was an accountant. I knew he was an accountant. I knew he was chartered. But I didn't even know he was a fellow. That's the highest level in accounting, FCA, right?
Yes.
So apart from being a fellow, Pastor happened and still happens to be very versatile. Extremely versatile. There is no topic on earth that you will bring to this man that he will not dissect. I was so impressed, and I think that's one of the things that really got to me, apart from the fact that we also shared common interests. I remember one day I was just feeling cool. I said, let me tell him. I said, do you know that I have 2 plots of land in so and so area in Lagos on the island? I was feeling cool. How did you know? You took it from my mouth. This pastor, you see, this man is beginning to preempt me. He even knows what I want to say before I say it. Do you know, I was just feeling cool that I had 2 plots of land. And when I wanted to break the news to him, I wanted him to see it as an achievement, and everything. Actually, the man had 30 plots in the same area. That was when I knew that achievement past achievement. Honestly, that was how one day too. I actually built a house. And it was something that I just did quietly and everything. Like Pastor O was always matching me bumper to bumper. When I would say, Pastor O, do you know I have this house that I put a tenant in so and so area? He'll just smile. Then he'll be asking me to describe the place as if he doesn't even know the area. By the time I finish, he'll say, okay, don't worry, on Saturday, we'll go and see the place. We will now drive on Saturday to go and see the place I built. Then on our way driving out, he will now show me his first house in the same area. Show me the second one in the same area. I say, hey, this one. So we had a lot of interest. I wasn't really the matching shoe and bag kind of person because I grew up without an older sister, or elder sister rather. And then I had 4 elder brothers. So I was more of the jeans and shirts kind of person, and all that. I rather save money to buy something concrete, like land or build and all that. So I found out that we had similar interests. And we also loved vacations, because maybe I would say, oh, I want to go to Singapore. He'll say, no, he wants to go to Florida, And then sometimes we'll just work it out so that we'll go to the same place. We had the same interest.
And guess what? It's 10 p.m.
And we are here telling stories. Okay, because we didn't start on time.
Yes.
We actually didn't start. We started 20 minutes later than the normal scheduled time because there was a technical hitch. No, sorry. The issue actually is that there is an equipment that we got for life, but I'm not sure we fully understand the technicalities. So we've been,
battling with it.
But someday we'll get it right, hopefully.
With the laptop and the cameras. Okay. Joby is saying the birthday surprise contributed a lot. Men rarely get special surprises from women. Okay.
They always get boxers on their birthday.
Any woman that does that always stands out among the competitors. Pastor Ifeoma really played her game really well.
Joe, this is a hard competition. Oh. Thank you that you are even saying it. Because to be very honest, there were a lot of ladies on the line. A lot. Between you and I, it gave me small sleepless nights. Because I would sit with him. Phone will ring. Hello? Oh, gee, is it you? They'll talk. Then he'll not drop the phone and tell me, that was G from South Africa. Phone will ring after 2 minutes. Hello, Ozzy, how are you? They'll finish talking. That was Ozzy from Liberia. Hello, Cynthia. Kini. That was Cynthia from Ghana. Initially, I did not mind because I really wasn't interested. You know how it is now? Oh, he's just my friend. No problem. But from the moment I started getting interested, I said, no, I have to involve God. So one night, I woke up in the night and I knelt down and I said, God, if you actually have a hand in this relationship, you have to get all those ladies occupied with assignments, various assignments. I don't even want any of them near because I can't cope. I know their strength. So, and I found out that after like 3 months, the calls were not coming again. This God answers prayers. So I've given somebody a tip. Don't go and be stressing yourself to confront the guy and talk to God. That was what I did and it worked for me. So one day I asked him, I said, Pastor, G and Ozzy and Cynthia and Flora are no more calling you. What happened? He said, I even him be surprised though. It's like they've forgotten about him. I said, did you people call? He said, no. Did anything happen? He said, no. It's just that they no more call him. I said, why are you not calling them? He said, he just doesn't have the interest. I go home, I knelt down and said, God, okay, oh.
It's alright.
It's true. So you're hearing it now.
Yes.
I have to thank God though. Because you see, once your mind is in something, once your mind is a different story entirely.
Oh, Adobe.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you.
Adobe is here.
Yes.
Adobe, how are you? Oh my. So we're compatible. We were compatible.
Yes, you one day.
How are you?
How are you? What happened? You almost didn't join today.
Yeah. So we're compatible. We enjoy the same things. I wasn't a party person. He wasn't a party person. You will not see us in parties or in clubs. We rather spend time, exploring recipes. We will cook together. We will pray together, We'd even study scriptures and all that. And that was really nice. I think we were compatible.
Yes.
Do you remember any other thing?
I can't think of any now.
So I think basically that's he also liked helping humanity, And then when the idea of our NGO came up, yes, there was something else. There was something else, and I think this one was the last straw. The last straw because Pastor O had me in his future. If Pastor O wanted to change the curtains in his house, he would call me to go with him because he wanted me to pick the fabric that I liked. And things like that were so touching. He didn't do anything without getting me involved. And for futuristic things, and I think that was it. I don't know if I missed out anything.
Of course.
It's different. You're sure I missed out anything?
No, we can't remember.
You can't remember, yes. So it's different. It works differently for different people. But for me, I think these ones I mentioned.
Wow, I think I saw Warisco.
Yeah,
what happened?
He just got in. He can do the replay. Warisco, he can do the replay.
You miss.
When
You
it's
miss a lot
posted.
because I'm sure you've been asking some of these questions.
Warisco, we just talked about what resonated for us where each other was concerned.
Yes. How
So
we knew
that we're meant for each other. So I think we've exhausted what we can remember.
Yes.
There may have been more, but well, that's it. We're here. We're together now. And
I love you too. I learned a lot. Okay.
we're happy. Oh, we're happy that you got a lot of value.
Yes.
We're happy that you got value. So that's it. That's it.
Okay.
And then we also shopped a lot together. You know, we shopped a lot. If he needed to buy anything, he would call me. If I needed to buy anything, I'll call him because I also wanted him to help me choose. You know, like all those my office suits. I wanted him to pick the ones he liked.
And she was and still is very considerate. You know, I remember that we just take her to a shopping mall.
Yes, I remember.
Pick mostly corporate dresses or casual dresses.
It's true.
And they just pick. She just gonna pick only one.
And then he'll be upset.
What kind of person is
He'll
this?
be upset. He'll tell them that if he doesn't pick
more, that she will refuse. She will not pick one and say it's okay. I say no, pick more. She will refuse. So I will tell the attendant, okay, you see her size. Oh yeah, come, bring this one, bring this one.
Yes, there was one day he just went around, he was just saying, bring down this, until he picked 15 suits. 15! And they were very expensive. He was in a shopping mall, he wasn't even in the market. You know, he did that a lot of times.
Yeah, because she will not want to pay. And there are some people you just take, maybe even for testing or whatever, and they will just say, wow. And they will just keep grabbing.
No.
She wasn't that kind of person. And that also made me to know, oh, this is somebody that is considerate.
Did you remember what you did? Then I used to wear wigs. I don't anymore. I lost interest.
Okay.
There was one day he just got to a shopping
we went
mall.
To one shopping mall.
That they were just selling wigs. Do you know what?
Now we're just passing by, I think.
Do you know what he did?
We're just passing by.
He just parked, entered. Oh yeah, madam, give me this, and bought me 10 wigs. 10. Hey, this Pastor Way. That's why I just said, you cannot know a book by the cover. Because really and truly, if I went by the cover, I will not be married to this man. If I went by the cover. So I think that's basically it. So we hope you enjoyed this conversation.
And now you have known us better.
Priscilla says this is so beautiful. Yes.
And where we are now.
So if you really enjoyed this talk, put a 5 in the chat box.
Just put 5. Let's see. Let's see if you really enjoyed it.
Put a 5 in the chat box. And then we'll see you tomorrow. But okay, that reminds us. Tomorrow is the 1st of July.
Yes. Okay, I'm seeing so many 5. The one day say sweet. People said 5. Priscilla said 5. James said 5. Okay, thanks so much. Yeah, go ahead.
So tomorrow is the 1st of July. We're still going to be live, same time, for something else. We're going to be discussing leadership, right? But
yes.
From the 2nd of July, we usually pray every morning when we wake up between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And we have decided to be magnanimous enough to bring it to live stream. So from Tuesday, we'll be praying in the mornings, not just for ourselves, but for everybody. So Tuesday, Wednesday, from Tuesday we just start. You know, every morning we'll be on live stream, praying for ourselves and praying for you. So if it's convenient, kindly connect. Right?
Oh, yes. And tomorrow evening, same evening?
Yes.
Okay, depending on where you are joining from.
Yes.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. for leadership.
For leadership.
So
And on Tuesday, we'll be here for word creation, the topic that we normally teach.
And then Wednesday.
And Wednesday.
Like that.
We hope we are adding value. And if we are, please let your friends know so they can also
invite others.
Thank you.
So we will not be starting the early morning prayer tomorrow being the first. Because we want to use tomorrow to do our own family prayers for the first of the month. But from the second, which is Tuesday, we'll start early morning prayers with you, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself.
God bless you. Bye.